Hey, welcome everybody. This is Franco Gonzalez with some guests, and we're back for another Simple Freedom product education class. And we've got.
I'm going to ask you to agree to some terms.
I'm going to go ahead and mute Ed for a second. We got Ed Terranova out in New Jersey. We got Tracy Reuter out here. Oh yeah, we do. We do have Ross. Ross is here too. Hold on a second. Let me unmute everybody. There's Tracy coming to us from Denver, Colorado. All right, hey Trace, and let me unmute Ed here, and we got Ed over in New Jersey. Hey there, Ed. What's up, buddy?
Hey, bud. It's great to be here. We got everybody in. This new technology stuff just blows my mind.
I love it, man. Well, it hurts once. It feels great every other time, so we're good. So we are good to go. And I see our super special guest is here. We'll wait for that surprise in a minute. What I wanted to do is just kind of introduce and just kind of lay the lay of the land down for our product education class. And similar to what we did our inaugural product education class for Simple Freedom. Actually, this is for all Wake Up Now families. So if you guys know Wake Up Now family members in other teams, wherever they may be, it's okay, man. This thing is generic, it's universal. We want to carry the torch for Wake Up Now product education class, and we want the world to understand the power that is within us with this product line, and how when we say that we're really focused on helping people save money, manage money, and make money, that's not just like an MLM little slogan where we're really just pitching comp plan. We truly, really are fired up about meaning that. And so tonight's class kind of lends credence, and we go a little bit deeper into the abyss of explaining just how we focus on helping people save money and manage money. And better said, we know there are deals and the hub and all the offers and stuff that we get back there in our marketplace. That's the save money part. The vacation club, that's the save money part. Even Thunder, if you're an MLM, that's the save money part, because people are paying like, I don't know, $45 a can for some energy drinks in other places, right? So we are priced at market to compete with the stuff that people are walking into convenience stores and buying product there. We're competing with that. We're going to the real world. So that's more of the save money, even in our consumable products and things. So what we focus on here, product education class for tonight, is a continuation of what we started last week. And we're talking about the part of Wake Up Now that truly is helping people, whether you monetize this compensation plan and build it as a business or not. We show you how we're going to help you eliminate, drastically reduce, and even eliminate debt and manage your finances better and get you unshackled from the banksters and the financial criminals and all this stuff that's got our kids in college coming out up to their neck in debt with jobs that they probably could have gotten in this economy had they not even gone to college, right? So there's a big disconnect. We're pretty much, it's getting close to being cradle to grave indentured servitude. Debt is everywhere. I mean, these bankster guys, they finance stuff and they start wars amongst people so that they can earn interest on the weapons that kill people. You know, there's something about that. So here we've got a cause and we've got a crusade, and we're bringing awareness, and that's what product education class is all about. So as I head into our intro of our special guest, I see that he's disappeared. We already scared him away. The crusade is too big. But what
I just texted Ross. Whoops, we lost you.
You know, same link. This time it'll be smooth. He'll be right in here really fast without having to load up some plugins or anything like that. So what I want to do really is, I love the energy that Tracy Reuter brings when we talk about helping people eliminate debt. So I just want her to permeate us in this entire education session and everybody here around the world with her energy about this cause, because we're really, really serious about it, guys. So here we are with Tracy Reuter in Denver, Colorado. Trace, what do you think of the whole One Finance movement and how we're helping people drastically reduce and eliminate debt no matter what they do with the biz op?
Yeah, you know what? It's huge, Franco, and it's exciting because you know, so often, I was just talking to somebody this week. I've always been involved typically with product companies. You know, it's companies that we have to change your behavior. Here, spend a little extra money, get a juice. Yeah, it's going to help you, but what we have our hands on here is so powerful, and I got so excited about it a couple weeks ago. You and I were talking, and it was like, oh my gosh, right? Because see, one of my biggest pet peeves of this industry is you have people, right? You have people that come to the home-based business industry because they are desperate, right? They're desperate financially, they're desperate for hope, and so they come to this industry and they have these terrible habits. They're already up over their eyeballs in debt for whatever reason, and they end up in an environment where they're being encouraged to spend money, or they have these minimum things, and they don't know how to manage their money. They don't know how to make their money be their master. You see, I was always taught that money is a terrible master but an excellent servant. And unfortunately, most people don't know how to make their money a servant. And so one of the cool things that I think about this whole Wake Up Now finance is that we have a platform that can really help people. I mean, number one, open your eyes. Like, open your eyes. It's so incredible, just by simply plugging in the information and seeing, you have to know, right? You have to know. Get this, you guys. If I could have you raise your hand, like, I can't see you, but I know there's a whole bunch of you watching. Ed's going to raise his hand. I mean, you can go in the chat and raise your hand that way and say, yeah, that's me. If you're here and you're somebody who is in a business because you want financial freedom, raise your hand, right? We all are here because we want that dream. But the thing is that most of us are so uneducated when it comes to money. You see, whatever it is that you want more of in your life, you have to get to know. So my brother is he's a baseball statistician. He is an amateur, but he may as well be a professional. He spends all of his time learning all the stats. This summer he's going to statistician camp. He's got a podcast. Like, he spends all his time.
They have statistician camp.
I'm not kidding. He's going to Fenway Park to statistician camp in August.
Stats on a tee and he swings away and stuff, hits him.
No, they get out their little nerdy clipboards and they track all the stats for the it's crazy. Like, it's for real. I'm proud of him and it's cool. But here's my point, you guys. If you want to be wealthy, you have to understand money, right? Because wealth comes from money. And if you don't understand money, if you don't have a hold of your own personal finances, money's energy. It's going to come to the person who knows how to handle it. If you can't handle it, it ain't coming to you. And so I get so excited about this because, I have stacks. If I turn my camera, I have literally stacks of books right here. And most of them are on business or on money or on finance or on investing, because for me to reach my goals, I have to become educated. I have to master my craft. And each and every person on here who raised their hand saying, yeah, I want financial freedom. Yeah, I want that dream. You'll never get it. And I don't mean to be so blunt, but that's just how I roll. You'll never get it unless you learn how to get your financial house in order. And I am thrilled that this is part of what we represent, because Franco, just like you, I like the travel club, I like the fun stuff, I like all that, but none of that stuff happens if you don't have your financial house in order. So I'm fired up, I'm stoked. I love our mission because it's universal. So yeah. I'm excited.
What's so awesome about our team too, and all across the One family, right, is that we really are attracting people when they get beyond. We use a lot of sexiness, a lot of hypiness, a lot of fun stuff, and our pictures have the thunder can, right? I haven't seen a fun Wake Up Now picture yet on the internet with like a roller banner that says "One Finance Rocks," maybe we should fill those. Or everything says "Wake Up Now" on the T-shirts. It doesn't say "One Finance Debt Free, baby, woohoo!" But really, at the end of the day, isn't that the dream? That's why we're here. That's why we like the comp plan. That's why we build like a family atmosphere and a culture and environment to breed success and develop leadership in here. But at the end of the day, we really do want to get to that place where simple freedom is about true freedom. And you can't be truly free if you're still in bondage to debt and high interest and you don't know how to manage your way around money. Right? So it's very, I'm going to get off my soapbox right now. We have a very special guest coming at us right from Wake Up Now. We are privileged, and I want to pass the baton over to our upline over in New Jersey, Ed Terranova, to do a proper introduction of our special guest tonight. So, hey, Ed, take it away, my friend.
Hey, Franco, thank you so much. And you know, this is a unique environment. This Google Hangout. I'm learning it. I'm loving it. And I kind of feel as both yourself and Tracy were talking, and we were getting Ross in the room here. I'm like, wow, man, this guy has such incredible credentials, such an incredible background, the type that, you know, anybody would want to associate with. Anybody would want a man of his stature and his knowledge base and his ability to mentor as a mentor. And we got him. He's part of the family at Wake Up Now. And so, you know, real quick before I bring Ross on, I just want to kind of tell you, you know, the way in which I've come along. You know, I think, Ross, it was back in, I think it was June of last year when I went to Salt Lake City and I was really evaluating this model. Actually, I'm sorry, it was July. It was July of last year, and I didn't know it, but you were in the boardroom, you know, and you got introduced and kind of told who you were. And I remember I was extremely impressed, right? But my focus was laser focused on building a team. And so although we know to sustain and build a really big business of loyal customers, you need retention, you need product usage, and the product that you've brought to the table is something I knew I could benefit by. Fortunately for me, my wife is pretty good with money, and she's been my CFO, and you know, she's been working with. She started out with New York Tel. It's Verizon today, but you know, she was promoted into management at 19 years of age, hired in high school at 17. So she really knows numbers. That's what she deals with. I forget her exact title, what she does, but I know it's dealing with numbers. I remember she used to take home checks from New York Tel in the millions to pay vendors. I mean, just crazy stuff. But I trusted everything to her. And so I kind of looked at this product and go, hey, I don't need it. Debbie takes care of the finances. I got a corporation. My accountant takes care of all that kind of stuff. But I love the concept of it. I love the idea of it. And so I didn't touch it. And then just a few weeks back, John Blaze Chapman and myself, we were guest speaking at a Super Saturday in Concord, California. And bang, there's Ross again, right? And Ross did his presentation. And John and I were sitting off to the side, and it's like simultaneously, we got it. We got it. This is it. This is what we have to anchor everybody on, because this product right here, just about everybody in America needs it. Anybody who has debt needs this product. They just don't know about it yet. And so Ross did his presentation, and Ross, I'd love for you to fill in the blanks here, because I want to share with people who you are and what your background is, really before we get started as to the value of the Wake Up Now Finance product and how we believe that it will be the backbone to our business, that by far it is the best valued piece component of the Platinum package, yet currently it's the least used. And so, you know, Ross's background, and I'm still learning more, and I'll be real fluid at this very quickly, but I do know that Ross got started in business where he built a company that he sold for a substantial amount of money for over $200 million. And then he went on to co-create something called Invest Tools that was purchased by TD Ameritrade for $750 million. So Ross is really extraordinarily accomplished and knows this business. In fact, Ross sold this product, the exact thing that we get, for $3,500 plus $1,500 for his mentorship program, to thousands of people all over the world. He has done seminars all over the world, and his passion is really to help people get out of debt, to provide them with the systems, the tools, and the mentorship to do so. And when he saw John and I's enthusiasm about his part of Wake Up Now, where he is the executive vice president at Wake Up Now, he volunteered to participate with us. And I said, Ross, we're going to lock arms, man. What you bring to the table, you know, everybody needs to know about. So, Ross, we're going to turn it over to you. If you could fill in the blanks of your background and kind of talk about what we have and how we really could go out there and change the world with this product. I appreciate you taking time here tonight, Russ. I know that your time is real valuable, and you're taking it away from your family on a Friday night. So I appreciate your time out here. Thank you.
Well, thanks, Ed. I appreciate the invite. Can you guys hear me okay? This is the first time I've used the technology, so I just want to make sure everything's working. You can hear me okay, Phil?
Thanks.
All right. Well,
yeah.
I appreciate that kind introduction. You know, my wife likes to say I'm a legend in my own imagination. And so it's always fun to hear some of those things. Those are great memories, and I'm proud of those accomplishments. But you know, I've had great success. I used to joke internally with my employees and my partners that we used to sell expensive products to rich people, and our business was very successful, as Ed mentioned, and that success came from offering our products to literally 15% of the people that we've run into. And as I left that business and I kind of focused on the next phase of my life, I thought, you know, what can I do that would help that other 85% that used to come out and say, you know, they wouldn't have been at my seminars if they didn't want what we had. And I realized that the obstacle that kept most of them from getting that was money. And it wasn't so much that they didn't have the resources to participate in the training and the tools and the programs that we put together. It's just that they didn't manage it very well. So most of them couldn't, you know, they eliminated themselves just from their own mistakes. I like to say society just does a really poor job of preparing most of us just to deal with even simple money challenges. And, you know, so we go through the process of learning these lessons in the School of Hard Knocks, and it's expensive, and it's heartbreaking, and it's stressful, and it affects every part of our life. And so for me, I've dedicated the rest of my life to helping people understand some of those simple things. And just so you think I wasn't gagging on the silver spoon, I've had those challenges. This is all personal experience. I know what it's like to be deep in debt. I know what it's like to wonder where the money's going to come to make that next payment. And it just keeps mounting up, and will it ever stop? And I'm fortunate enough to learn that hole, and I paid attention, and I made a commitment to myself and my family that I would never go back there. And personally, that I want to share that with everybody. And so when I was contacted by some mutual friends, introduced to Kirby, Kirby and I have actually known each other for more than 20 years, and his brother Gary I did some work with when I was in the internet business. It was kind of a natural fit, and I have to admit, candidly, just so you know, I'm not an expert in network marketing, and frankly, I've been pitched on it a lot. And I never did it. I said no, 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 and sometimes I said hell no. So the attraction to this and why I said yes for the first time in my life was because it aligned with my personal mission. And I don't have to do this for money. I'm probably unique in that respect. I'm doing this because I want to touch and change a lot of people's lives. And Wake Up Now gave me a vehicle to be able to do that and share that, what I think is a powerful message. Again, I have a very unique perspective on Wake Up Now, and I've seen, again, many of my friends are founders of some of the biggest network marketing companies in the country, and so I've had a chance to rub shoulders with them. I know all the dirty little secrets. I know where all the skeletons are buried, and the reality is that there needs to be something to keep people engaged and active in this business that has almost a universal benefit, and I believe that, as Ed said, Wake Up Now Finance is that tool. I know because I did it before I ever heard of Wake Up Now. And I've been involved in literally the genesis of those tools and the people who pioneered those things, and work with them closely. And my training kind of always aligned with helping people learn how to use those tools to automate this whole process. You know, personal finance is simple math. It's 1 + 1 = 2. But most of us screw it up. And we screw it up because money is emotional. And you think about some of the poorest decisions you've each made with your money, my bet is that you made them in a time of duress. You know, you were under pressure or something, so you did the best you knew how to do, and it ended up being a horrible decision. Looking back, you'd say, wow, I shouldn't have done that. If I knew what I know now, I wouldn't have. But we don't get do-overs. You know, we got to live with the consequences of those decisions. And man, that's hard sometimes, and it really beats us up. I think the biggest challenges most of us face in life will come as a result of money decisions or poor money decisions, maybe more accurately. But if we can eliminate some of those poor decisions, I think most of us will have a happier life. And so that's my mission in life, is to help you do that. Now, I also understand a simple premise of direct sales, and that is that money motivates. And if people can find a way to enrich their lives through extra income, they're going to go pursue that, and they're going to work hard at it. And so the way I kind of connect those two things, my passion with the motivation of money and the motivation of success that's so common in network marketing, is let's go help these people to improve their financial lives. And the financial benefit to them, in most cases, unfortunately, is probably bigger than any paycheck they'll ever get. But we have to get them to see that. And I think if we get them to see that, they can save time and money, the two most valuable things they possess, literally tens of thousands of dollars, years of time off what it'll take them to get out of debt if they do nothing. That's a benefit that, in my mind, and we need to make people see this, is just as real as a paycheck they'll get from WakeUpNow or any other company. And I think once people see that, and they see how big it is and how certain that is, I may never make it to be a global executive, but I'll guarantee if I follow the path and use the tool that's laid out for me with WakeUpNow Finance, I will save tens of thousands of dollars in future interest payments, and I will cut years off the amount of time it's going to take me to be debt-free and have a chance to live the lifestyle of my dreams. That's real. That's money in my pocket. And the fact that if I get excited about that, and I have that personal experience of seeing these tools and this training and this whole culture and philosophy work in my life, I get excited just like I am right now. And it makes it really easy to share this message, and people know if you're telling the truth. And if you're a product of our product, you don't even have to know what you're saying. They'll know it's right. And that's the power of this message. I tell people, let me teach you. I give my stuff away, and everybody in WakeUpNow can give it away too. It's just the way to get the message or the system in somebody's hand. We'll sell them the tools and give them some training as well if they join our team. But we give them the system. We give them the roadmap, the treasure map, I like to call it, to help them find that lifestyle of their dreams and a debt-free, wealthy life. So for me, it's a life's mission that I'm about. The fact that somebody could help me reach more people and get paid to do it, to me, that's the miracle of WakeUpNow. I'd love to say that. It's fun for me to say, I've got something I want to give to everybody that struggles with debt, which is probably 90% of the people you'll pass on the street tomorrow. And if they can just listen to me, and it won't cost them any money, we'll give them a tool, a system, the books, and things like that I've created to help them get where they want to be, or at least to a better place. And if they have some success with that, get excited about it, then join our team. Join the Simple Freedom movement, and you can get paid to share it with others. It'll be the most natural, easy thing you've ever done in your life. You won't experience the kind of rejection most of us are convinced we have to endure to be successful in this business. And we can improve our lives and generate an incredible income at the very same time. I see it already with people. Some of the guys on this call are doing it. And I just want to help you do it more and reach more people. That's why I'm here. So anyway, that's probably more than you needed to hear.
Awesome, Russ. I want to ask you a few questions, if I may. One of the things that you said in a conversation we had just recently that stuck in my head was you talked about providing people with the systems, the tools, and the mentorship. And really, that's magical. I've been using that in my presentation. In fact, we've gotten so excited about this that we started sharing the concept of using the WakeUpNow Finance product as the backbone to our product offering. And so what I want to share with everybody, and then I want to bring you in on this, is that my experience in network marketing over the last 25 years is that there's two ways to build. One is called top-down and one is called bottom-up. And top-down is a money invitation. Top-down is an opportunity invitation. It extending an opportunity to people to make money. Bottom-up is where first you introduce somebody to the product, and then after they experience the product, you say, hey, by the way, would you like to earn money with the product? Now, bottom up, generally speaking, takes a little longer period of time. It's kind of like the pocketbook parties and the jewelry parties and the skincare parties where they try the product and all that kind of stuff, and people buy a bunch of product, and then they go home, the Tupperware product, and then they go, hey, listen, what you did such a great job of hosting a party. How would you like to get paid? And then they introduce you to the opportunity, right? Well, we started getting so excited about this product that I could tell you, Dustin Walker, then the other day, he was hitting me up in instant messages. He signed up 2 people that day that he utilized the Wake Up Now Finance as the introduction to Wake Up Now. And so I know that you have a whole bunch of stuff in the can. You've privied me to your mentorship program, which is a series of videos. And so I want you to kind of talk about that mentorship, because I believe a whole bunch of people out there want good, solid mentorship. I'll never forget, years back, I was in my 20s, and I was kind of confused. I didn't really know what I wanted to do. And I watched an interview, a Barbara Walters interview, with Malcolm Forbes. And I sat there and watched this guy that was such a likable guy. Here was the guy, very accomplished, billionaire, riding around on his Harley Davidson with a bunch of buddies. And I thought to myself, man, I'd love to have a guy like that as a mentor of mine. Because I know if I could just get under his wing and he would impart to me what has gotten him to where he's at and guide me and lead me and kind of show me the way, I would do anything. So long as it's moral and ethical, I would do anything. And, it's taken numerous years, and now to have accomplished some things in this industry and meet some incredible people like yourself, I just think to myself, wow, this is like, what I wished for, 20 some odd years ago is now coming to fruition, that I could actually be mentored by Ross Jardine. I could actually work hand in hand underneath the wing of Ross Jardine. And when we met out in Concord, California, ideas were just popping through my mind, and I said, Ross, I'd love to be a certified ambassador of the Wake Up Now Finance program and have you mentor me, teach me, so I could pass that on, to others. Tell us a little bit about that mentorship. I know that we have the Wake Up Now debt calculator, which really we haven't incorporated yet. You had mentioned, giving away books. Your book right here, the 60-Day Money Miracle, that is co-written here by Kirby Cochran. That people could actually get this book in PDF format for free, and then the mentorship videos that we will unravel, and the contest and the makeover that we talked about. Kind of share a little bit about that mentorship program and where we're going and how you're going to be participating with us on a regular basis, bringing that into the fold.
Well, you mentioned something that I think is really important, and that is that I like to tell people getting out of debt or getting a control of their money is as simple as 1, 2, 3. And number 1 is a proven system, and that's what they get in that book you just showed them, 60-Day Money Miracle, which, again, you can get and give away unlimited copies for free in digital format to anybody that you think might be interested in that message. Whether or not they're a prospect for your business, I guarantee them 9 out of 10 are a prospect for the message of that book. So the next step is then to have a powerful tool. And the reason that's important, I used to teach people about investing and how to make decisions on when to buy and sell stocks, what stocks to find, how you find those, that whole process. And what I learned from that process is that people, when emotions come into those decisions, they often make very poor decisions. And so how do we get past that? In the world of investing, it was to become very mechanical. I had a chance to speak at a conference in Chicago many years ago, and I sat at the table with a gentleman who was receiving an award. He was being inducted into the World Investors Hall of Fame, I think they called it. And this guy, he showed a picture of himself. He was from like Iowa or Ohio, somewhere in farm country in the Midwest. And he literally would wear overalls, like you'd see a train conductor, like he just stepped off his tractor, okay? I'm not making it up. This is real. It's a true story. And when I read his bio, I was the speaker, but they were honoring him. And I read his bio, and the guy manages billions of dollars, and he makes hundreds of millions of dollars. And I'm thinking, man, I want to be like this guy. This guy is like one of my idols. And we started talking. He says, well, what do you do? I said, I teach investors. And he says, he goes, Russ, that is so cool. I wish I could do that. What I do is so boring. And I know a little bit about him. He says that. I go, oh, give me a break. You're trading billions of dollars, making tens of millions, if not hundreds of millions, and you think it's boring? And I said, why do you say that? And he says, well, because I'm just a simple guy. I'm a farmer. And I just know to do this one thing. And if I do this one thing and I don't screw it up, it works out okay. And the people that work with me make money. I make money. It's unbelievable. But Russ, it's so simple. It's so easy. It's just, if I ever get outside of that, I screw it up. And what I took away from that is that each of us need to look at money the very same way. We need to automate and make the process of making our decision mechanical. Take all the emotions out of it. It's check the boxes. It's push the buttons. It's that simple. Wake Up Now Finance does that for us. We don't have, all you got to do is connect it to your accounts, your credit card, your bank, and maybe your lenders if you got a mortgage. It pulls all the information into it, puts it on a dashboard that shows how all those things work together. So once you see it, I know this for a fact. If people are looking at it, they say part of success, I think it was Woody Allen said, 80% of success is showing up. And with money and finance, just paying attention will make you a better manager of your. But if you had it all in one place where I look at one dashboard, I see how all these accounts now are connected, and I know that if I do something over here with the credit card, it's going to affect the retirement account, or it's going to affect the kid's college fund, or maybe it's going to affect my ability to make the car payment this month. Chances are, because most money decisions are common sense, with that kind of clarity into my world, I'll make the right choice. You don't have to be a rocket science. You don't have to be a PhD in finance. These are common sense decisions once you've got the facts. I like to say that Wake Up Now Finance is like a crystal ball. I don't know what's going to happen in the future, but I know that if I do a certain thing, Wake Up Now Finance tells me how that's going to influence my finances. And then when I see the consequence, I usually know to make the right choice. Put off that buying decision, or invest in a different spot, or do, how I organize my fund. That's the power of it. Now, so we got a tool that's like a financial GPS that has where we are today, where we want to be, zero debt, and tells us the shortest path to get there. If we happen to get off in the weeds, make a wrong turn, we just simply hit the reset button like we do in our car, and it recalibrates to get us back on track on the way to our goal or our destination. But one thing that can speed up that whole process is step number 3, and that's a mentor. Someone we trust, someone who's been there, that's done that. It doesn't do you any good to get information from someone who hasn't been there and walked in that path. I told you before, I've been through all those things. I know the stress and pressure. I can appreciate all of that anybody feels, and probably more. And if you have someone that can help you find the shortcuts and eliminate some of those silly mistakes that most of us make along the path to just living a life and existing in this world of money, you're going to get where you want to go a whole lot faster. That's what I'm committed to for the rest of my life. So I'm going to give you a proven system. I'm going to introduce you to a powerful tool that will make it automatic. And I'd like to say the benefit of that is that it makes it almost impossible for you to fail. Think about a diet program or an exercise program. It's up to us to show up and do it every day. And this is something that just lays out the roadmap. And I like to say, if you can follow simple instructions, I can show you how to get out of debt and start building wealth faster than you ever thought possible. Just the income that's passing through your hands right now. That's powerful. That's the power of the mentoring. So what Ed said, I put together a program that goes right along with the book, literally chapter by chapter. And when I first got this idea, I wrote the book and I created that course to go with it. And we were using a tool that was one of the earliest PFMs, stands for Personal Financial Managers, the earliest one ever invented. And it was expensive. People paid $3,500 up front to get a license to use this program. And trust me, it wasn't even as powerful as Wake Up Now Finance. $3,500 out of your pocket right up front just to get it. We put together my training. There was 10 lessons that went along with that, and we sold it for $5,000. And we sold a bunch of them. And then what I realized was I kind of had this overwhelming feeling that if someone was struggling with money and was in debt, $5,000 is probably a little too much to ask for someone to get the tools and resources they need to get out of debt. And so I decided I didn't want to do that, even though it's a successful program. That's when I started giving the book away and looking for a less expensive alternative that everybody could afford to do this, whether or not they had a great income or not. Generally, most people will make and spend $1 million or $2 million in their lifetime. That's a staggering number. It just means that much money is passing through our hands. How much of it will you get to keep? That's the game that we're all playing here, is how much of that money that's passing through our control do we get to keep? So I put together these lessons to help you learn what I call the 7 steps to a debt-free, wealthy life. That's what I taught out in Concord. That's what I'm going to teach when I come see you in a few weeks, Ed, in back east. All of the folks, when you hear me, I'm a broken record. I talk about 7 steps to a debt-free, wealthy life that you can accomplish over a 60-day period of time. That's the miracle that I use for the title of the book, 60-Day Money Miracle. Why is it 60 days? Because that's how long it takes to go through those 7 steps, incorporate those principles into your life, change the bad habits, replace them with some good habits, and then the miracle happens. And then it's just a matter of following the path, just being consistent and disciplined, and you'll reach your goal. I can guarantee that. That's a strong word in our industry, but I can. If you'll follow this, you'll get it. And you know what happens when most people do this, Ed? Is they get so excited because the results they see from these few little changes they learn in the book or get from Wake Up Now Finance, they get so excited because they see results, and results motivate me to want to do more. I'll tell you a quick story of a real person that went through this so you can appreciate it. I was asked by a magazine to do a financial challenge. They would pick 5 families from their subscriber base, and I would work with those families with the 60-Day Money Miracle program for 1 year. And we took people from all walks of life. There was a veteran, there was a young couple, there was an older couple, there was a family, a post office worker that had a whole bunch of kids, 6 or 7 kids. But anyway, we started working with those folks, and one of the families in particular really kind of caught the vision, and they made money. They had about $80,000, $90,000 of income, but they were just struggling just to make ends meet. Every month was a battle just to come up with the money to pay the bills, and they didn't even have a house. It was all consumer debt. And I remember we started doing the plan, the 7 steps, and they started following those things, and they started to see that, hey, there's a little money left over at the end of the month after I pay the bills. And you know what? They got really excited. They did a couple things that were just incredible to me that I didn't teach them to do, but they figured out, and that's the power of this thing, is it just opens your eyes to opportunity. They had a couple cars, and one of them was a little underwater, and the other one was actually worth more than they owed for it. We kind of did a little analysis. One of them was a car that we used specifically for work, and it was the wife's car, and we figured out a way that she could get rid of that car and get rid of a $350 a month payment, and still be able to have transportation to use for work because it would be provided by her employer. So they did that. They got rid of the car. They kept the other one. It freed up about $300 in their monthly budget, and they were just so excited. Well, you would think if I had an extra $300 a month and I'm down one car with 2 working people, that maybe I'd go back and look for a cheap car or something because I need the wheels. I need the transportation. You know what they did? They went out and bought a bicycle, and they said, you know what, Ross? And they sent me a picture of them riding the bike, and they said, we trade off because we only have to go about 1.5 miles from our apartment to where we work. So I ride the bike to work for 1 week, and my husband takes the car, and then the next week we switch. And she had a great saying. She said, Ross, not only am I getting in shape financially, I'm getting in shape physically. And you know what? In 1 year's time, that couple, using just the money they had, went from $114,000 in debt to $67,000 in debt. 1 year, that's over $40,000. and they were living check to check. And they were on a path to get out of debt in 24 years if they just kept making their payments, doing the things they were doing when we met. But after 1 year's time and following the 60-day Money Miracle 7 steps, they were on a track to be out of debt in 3 years. 3, count them, 1, 2, 3.
Wow.
And their dream when they were in control of their finances was to get a house. And I can tell you that they're living in that house right now. This is the 3rd year since I met them and they started using that program. I still keep in touch with them. They're just an incredible couple. Their lives were changed. If you tell them their lives were changed, and they light up when they talk about this. That's the kind of life-changing things that's meaningful to me. That's why I do this. And I expect us to be able to reach literally, and I say this in all serious, this is not fluffing. I think we can reach millions of people, millions, with this powerful message and a life-changing message that will put them in a happier place than they may have ever been in their adult lives. We can teach children how to make these decisions from the very get-go so that they don't endure the hardships that we as parents have had to endure to learn those very same lessons. That's the kind of life-changing mission that I'm about. And Wake Up Now is a vehicle to help us collaborate and reach those people and make those changes, and that's what I'm excited about.
I love it. I love it. You know, my wife and I have been really fortunate that we have been focused on getting out of debt over the years, and we've gotten some good financial advice. Of course, we could have done better, but it's kind of funny because Debbie just fell in love with Susie Orman. So she'd be watching the Susie Orman show and want me to watch it with her, and I like Dave Ramsey. So I bought some of Dave's tapes and stuff. I said, Debbie, you got to watch this. And we've watched the combination, but we really never implemented a system. We just got the concepts and ideas. We've been focused on that debt-free aspect, and we're very close. We bought this house in Florida years back, thinking that would be our getaway in the wintertime. We'd be snowbirds, live in New Jersey in the summer, go down to Florida in the winter. And the funny thing is, we've had the house for 9 years now, and we've never slept in it a single night. We've just gotten tenants. We've been fortunate to have really good tenants. We just put it up on the market a few weeks ago, and when that house sells, we will be totally debt-free. And what a great feeling, what a great idea, right, to be totally debt-free. I mean, all the consumer debt is gone, the car loans are gone, the student loans are gone. I mean, we paid all that stuff off, but to pay off the remaining mortgages, in one fell swoop, is like, okay, we're right there now. We're ready to make it happen. But then I look at all my friends and family around me, and I know people in our same age category that didn't reduce their debt load. They've increased their debt load, and their homes, they have more mortgage on their home than the home is worth, and it makes you think. Here are people that are in their 50s. Where are they going to be in 10, 20 years from now? Unless they make a decision to take action and create a plan. And so I feel it as an obligation. I believe we have an obligation to share this information with the world, to share it with everybody we love and care about. My kids, my oldest daughter is married with 2 children. My youngest daughter should be getting married shortly. And I don't want them to go through a life of bondage to money and just be working from paycheck to paycheck. I want them to learn these principles that we have here and plug into the systems that we have here. And so I want to thank you. And Tracy, I know you're thinking of stuff, and I know that Frank is thinking of stuff. So I just want to turn it over to you guys, and and thank you, Ross, for making yourself available and to be able to cultivate. What we want to do with the Simple Freedom team is have a whole bunch of stories. We love to celebrate successes. Man, wouldn't it be great to celebrate, paying off your mortgage, a mortgage burning party, or being, car loan free, paying off your car loan, paying off your student loans, paying off all your consumer debt. And we go out there and create those stories. I think that once we put, initially it'll be, a handful, then it'll be a dozen, then it'll be a couple of dozen. Once we have, 10, 20, 30 people telling these stories and the stories become endless, I think we're going to attract people like crazy because they're going to want to find out what this simple freedom is all about. And so, Franco Gonzalez, man, you are a master. You are another mentor of mine that, people are attracted to. Tracy, I've been on several of your webinars, just blew me away, about knowledge that I never even thought about. I'm learning something every day. I was talking to Dan McCall today, and he asked me if I posted our New Jersey Super Saturday, if I had a event page on Facebook. I said, an event page? What's that? I didn't know you could post events on Facebook, and Dan's setting that up. So, I'm just ecstatic about what we have our hands on in the future. So
we're all fired up. What fires me up is how when we're working the business opportunity side of Wake Up Now, we just celebrate everything, right? Somebody just barely joins, we're celebrating them because when they post on Facebook that a new member joined, their little avatar, their little picture and their name shows up too. So you're celebrating the person who generated a sale and the new member. So it's really cool. And then we celebrate all the ranks, D3 and Founder 3 and everything. Well, I'm really fired up about doing the exact same thing when can you imagine the viral nature of posting this on Facebook when, hey, Tracy sent an additional mortgage payment in with her mortgage today. Yay, hey, so-and-so, sent an additional $500 because they made money with Wake Up Now to their Visa today. Yay, and that's really what fires me up because social media is really just that. It's media. It's all about people. It's all social. So when we bring these real issues and we start celebrating real victories, real triumphs, it's the little triumphs that people ignore. They don't celebrate them, so they don't stick to budgets. They don't stick to investment plans. They don't, because you're not going to invest $25 a month into a mutual fund for a couple of months and be Warren Buffett at the end of the quarter, right? So a lot of times people go through this and then they just stop. It's like the New Year's resolution thing. But when you have a mastermind, you turn it into an accountability partnership, an accountability mastermind, and we're all celebrating each other. Well, everybody wants to be celebrated, right? So I'm going to dig in and send a couple of extra $100 to this mortgage or that, and everybody on the team starts doing that. Social media is so viral that attracts masses of people, and they'll at least be celebrating with us and congratulating people and getting close to what is it that this team is doing. And I know Tracy and I have been talking about this for a while too. Remember we were talking about just that, Tracy, the little things that people can do to begin to change their life, but so many times they're all by themselves. They're alone in this big sea of debt, and they just quit. But together we could make a big impact just with this awareness. So I'll give you the mic, and you can kind of flow on that and see what you see as a vision to help your own teammates, solidify themselves financially and get out of this bondage with interest and debt and all this stuff.
Yeah, Franco, I had a mentor once, and Ross, I just want to, before I get going, I want to thank you, and it's so exciting. I actually had Invest Tools. I was one of your clients, and just when I found out that was you, it was really exciting. And as a matter of fact, still have some of the stocks that I bought through my Invest Tools and education. So it's just exciting, and here's what a mentor I had. She's an amazing trainer, and one of the things that she does is she teaches people how to get out of debt, because there's very few people in this industry that do that. And one of the things that I saw happen that I'm really excited about the possibility for Simple Freedom. And Franco and I will talk about how to execute this, so don't worry about it. But if every one of us, every one of us on the team right now, today, and maybe we use June 1st, right? Because we're going to start our 90 and 90 on June 1st. So we use June 1st, and everybody does an inventory of what your debts are. Your mortgage payment, your car payment, your credit cards, your student loans, whatever. Like let's just add it all up, and then we start tracking every month how much as a team we've paid down, right? Wow. Because, just think about the power. It's exciting to say we've helped, 85 families create, residual income, but now imagine if we can say collectively in 30 days we paid off $1.5 million in debt. Like, think about that. Think about that message that now, see, I think Simple Freedom has set itself apart online with the way we market. We're not encouraging our people to, you know, I gotta find it. I took a screenshot because it was the funniest thing that's ever happened. I put out a video the other day about a lot of people think they know Wake Up Now, right? They think they know what Wake Up Now is all about. And I was having a conversation with somebody, and she said, you know, I just think Wake Up Now is so hypey and so this and so that. And guys, I'm going to be straight up with you. I thought the same thing. And part of my opinion of Wake Up Now came from straight up Instagram. I was getting spammed by a bunch of young guns who were excited, and they were spamming my links, and they were putting their money, and they were flashing all this stuff. So I stayed away for a while. Well, I mean, if you just listen to Ross tonight, there's nothing hypey about this. This is legitimate, significant information that we need to get out there. So I put up a video, and this is what a very good, she's actually an acquaintance of mine. She's an attorney in the MLM industry, and this was her response to my video. And she sent it to me privately, and she said, Tracy, I totally had the impression that Wake Up Now was ghetto hood, but they aren't telling people to max out their credit cards and sell their heirlooms. You guys, we have a mess, isn't it? I mean, I was like, I took a screenshot because I laughed so hard when I heard her say that. This is an attorney.
You really want to be a leader, sell that 30-year-old wedding ring. I mean, come on, how big are your dreams, you know?
Well, let me tell you, it happens, right? And many of you know that we're telling the truth, and we've been a part of those companies where we've seen people who have no business, okay? So think about it. Think about the event you've been at. There's that person who's homeless. They have no money, they have no nothing, and we parade them across the stage because they slept in a park to show how serious they were at their business, when really they should have stayed home and taken care of themselves. And so we're really out of whack. We're really out of balance in this industry. We just are. And so we're already putting out a great message. Simple Freedom's already putting out a great message. $100, we give you incredible training. We're going to teach you stuff that people pay thousands. I've paid thousands to learn, right? Now shift that vision one step further, and now we create a message where our team is paying down their debt, where we're doing it collectively.
Countdown, Tracy.
Yeah, right? We got a
debt. Pay down, countdown.
That's right. And it's such a powerful thing, you guys, because there are some of you on here who you want your children, all right? I have a good friend. He was actually he was our guest on Tuesday night's Hangout, Mr. Stinky Cake, Mike Connolly. He's starting he's actually doing a startup, the founder of Vermont Teddy Bear, and it's a startup academy. I think it's called Cambridge Startup Academy, and it's to teach young people how to become entrepreneurs. And many of you on here have children. You want to teach your children to be entrepreneurs, but wouldn't you rather teach your children how to be fiscally responsible entrepreneurs so that they literally have a different path than some of us have been on? I mean, heck, I do get really excited about what this means to my family. I'm thinking about, you know, my godchildren. I'm thinking about all these things that we can do. I mean, guys, imagine when we put a picture up. We're not having to worry about Wake Up Now's income disclosure, right? The income disclosure is irrelevant when we're putting up all over social media that in the month of June our team paid off $1 million in debt. I mean, seriously, I see Ross smiling because this is a big deal, right? This is a really big deal. So I'm super, super excited about really digging. You know, yeah, it's sexy and fun when we talk about the travel, right? It's sexy and fun with the energy drinks. I've been a part of those things. It's awesome. But I promise you guys, it is viral. People that have never asked you about your business are going to ask you about your business when they start seeing that kind of communication going out through social media. They will ask you about it.
Yeah.
So Franco brother, you know me, I'm excited.
Man, you get me fired up about that. I can't wait. I wanna, you know, I'm not one of those guys that waits to plan stuff out. Sometimes, you know, not to my benefit, but yeah, I just don't plan I don't need a long time to get people ready to be more fiscally responsible and start eliminating some of those debts and begin to social media virally celebrate that we're paying down debt collectively as a team. And
Yes.
when we can do that, and the posting becomes, you know, hey, so-and-so just paid off this card, or we just, as a team, this week alone, we've eliminated $50,000 in debt, or $5,000 in debt, or $713 in debt. It doesn't matter what the amount is. what matters is the energy that people will see collectively. That's the nobility, which the reason why we're building this business. I think it's a noble vision. It's a worthy cause. It's something a lot of people can wrap their minds around because they're right in the throes of living paycheck to paycheck for decades. You know, the only reason people live paycheck to paycheck for decades is because they're straddled with debt ever since they get out of college and all the way through their life. So to hear a collective group of people celebrating the fact that we're eliminating people's debt little by little, inch by inch, and there's that accountability and the camaraderie and the culture and the environment to do that, then I think it's a super magnet. It would attract me in a heartbeat if I just saw that. So it's I'm fired up about that plan, Tracy. That's exactly what we're going to do, and we're going to do it really, really fast during our 90 days. You know, people are going to be wondering, what in the world are they celebrating? They're not flashing money. They're not flashing checks. What is all this stuff about, oh, we just eliminate so much debt? And the world will come to our doorstep. I know they will, because so many people are caught up in that stuff. And what's the worst thing that we've all done that exacerbates it is that we ignore it, right? We say, well, the way I'm going to get out of debt is I got to go make global executive over here, and that'll take care of everything. If I just focus on buying traffic and buying courses and buying gurus and buying all this stuff, it's going to make more money, right? And all we do is get further and further in debt.
That's right. You know, it's funny because I'm thinking as you're talking, right? Ross said it. It's not how much money you make; it's how much you keep, right? That's really the end game. And I was seeing some people today posting about how they're going to make $1 million this year on the internet, and that's great if you make $1 million. But I shared with you guys last week, if you weren't here, I have a friend of mine in this industry who's a millionaire. But his first $1 million, he was more than $1 million in debt, and he was as broke as he was when he was making minimum wage. So I mean, you could go and make big ticket commissions, sell big money to people, but what are you really free? Are you really in a place where you can live the life you want to live? And so we got something really powerful. And I think you know, some of us don't want to look at our debt because it's overwhelming, right? We don't want to go and face it. And you know, for some of you that's going to be uncomfortable, but I want to encourage you. I want to encourage you tonight to encourage your team members. You know, we're going to do this together, and to have the courage and the fortitude to say, you know what, enough is enough. We're going to change this, and the only way you change it is, number one, is to look at it. Like, let's see what it is. Let's get the number, and then let's use Wake Up Now Finance. Let's be a product of the product, right? Let's be that, and then let's start tracking. How much are we? I mean, it's really, really exciting to think that we could have a bunch of millionaires on this team, and they're not having to sell $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 products. They can do it with $100 product. It's pretty cool.
You guys, I got a quick, Franco, you can. I got a quick idea here that, you know, I know you guys are going to come out with stuff. We're just going to kill this thing because you do things real quick. But you know, when people first get started and they plug their information into the Wake Up Now finance product, and all those bills and all those accounts and all those credits and all those bank accounts are all on one screen. Then we have that one area that has the chart that shows you, based on the amount of money you're servicing your debt with, how long it's going to take you to get out of debt. And then it shows you, just by using the Wake Up Now finance product with the same amount of money, how long you get out of debt and how much you'll save. What a great thing it would be for everybody to practice is plug your information in, go to that, take a screenshot of it, and talk about, hey, instead of getting out of debt in 2038, if all I did was just use this product, I'm out of debt in 2019, and we saved $120,000 in interest payments, you know, in interest. So that would be a great, because that gets people fired up, gets them focused. You know, where focus goes, energy flows. And if we get people focusing on that, it's going to become contagious, and everybody's going to be doing it.
Yeah, for sure. I think we're onto a great movement right here. It's noble. It's worthy. It's going to help a whole lot of people. And the good thing is, product education classes here every Friday at the same time, at the same link. In fact, if you're not a member of the team yet and you want to join this cause and you want to join this worthy mission that we're on to help people eliminate debt, then all you have to do really is somebody invited you here today with something as simple as an email or probably a Facebook post. You clicked on the little link and you're still sitting inside of Facebook watching this educational class. And all you have to do really is click the green button. That's going to put you on the Wake Up Now site of the person that invited you in. Join us. Platinum package is what I highly recommend. It's $99.95. You're going to watch a video. You're going to see in 8 minutes how simple this is to share with other people, and that's all we do. And then we teach you how to duplicate this page on your own Facebook, and then you have this class. We give you the messages to post on your Facebook to invite other people to get more awareness and get educated on how they can make extra money from home, make extra money on the side. At the same time, our products help them manage their money and get rid of debt. That's what we're about here at Simple Freedom. We do it in an ethical way, an honorable way, and we're proud of the way we market, and we're proud of the fact that having marketed like this, I keep hearing it from people even at the company and different teams and leadership. We have one of, if not the fastest growing team in Wake Up Now, and it's because of the way we do it and the amount of people that are being attracted to this kind of a message. So click on the green button, and then you can clone this page. The training, the mentorship, the coaching on how to do this stuff is given to you for free, comes included with membership into our team, and then we'll slide you right into becoming a product of the product, get you set up with One Finance, get you all caught up so that we can go out there and fight this fight and get rid of debt for people. And wouldn't that be a funner way to build a business, right? I've been in different programs, and it's always about the money, and it's flashing this and flashing that. Tracy, I totally understand. The whole culture with, you know, sometimes you go back after certain events and you think, wow, you know, I made a little bit of money on this thing. It's pretty significant. But am I really helping people, right? Am I really truly helping them? Is that what I want? Do I want people coming with their kids and sleeping at the park just to go to a seminar? Is that really what I'm about? You know, it's not what I'm about. I'm about something a lot different, and I'm proud to be here with you guys. Mr. Ross Jardine, man, I absolutely phenomenal. Thank you very much for your time, sir. And we're going to carry your torch forward. It's all we're doing. We're giving you our word that we're going to do our best to get the awareness out there and to take this into as far and wide as we can with social media and the whole Wake Up Now family. We're educating everybody. It doesn't matter what team you're on. If you found yourself on this class and you're on a different team, start your own class or invite your team to ours. It's all good. One team, one family, and that's how we do it at Wake Up Now. So with that, guys, this wraps up another product education class. We'll see you next week. Here's the beautiful thing about this thing. The second we're done in 2 nanoseconds, it's going to continue to play on a loop 24/7. You can send traffic here. You can use this in your follow-up process with your prospects. You know, if they ever question the quality or validity or viability of the business or the product line, you can invite them and just give them the link to this Hangout and other Hangouts that we do like this on the marketing side. And so we provide this for you for free so that you can let people know without having to become some slick talking salesman or some telephone marketer that you've got tools that tell, they explain, they teach, and they share the opportunity and the product line with the world. And all you have to do is invite them to a really cool, simple way they can get a handle on their finances and make some money on the side. So with that, my name is Franco for Ed Terranova out in New Jersey, for Mr. Ross Jardine, and for Tracy Reuter in Denver. Hey guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week. Bye for now.